Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. Governor Palacios heads to Guam for emergency medical treatment. His family asks for prayers and privacy. Also tonight, heavy rain and wind is on the way. We take a look at 98W and what you can expect. And less than 100 Chinese visitors came to the NMI in June among record low numbers overall. In sports, the Hotel Association annual Golf Bash could be delayed by the wind and rain. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Yeah. What's the snack wrap?
Boom. Back when we wore velour from the top of the head to the tip of the toe, the snack wrap was no joke. Takes me back. What you know about that juicy chicken? That shredded cheese. Come close. Ranch. I did everything to bring it back, nephew. Talk to me.
Educate. Get him.
Okay, yeah, say less, Aunt. Let me do the snack wrap.
Yeah, let him do the snack wrap.
Can I get both, please?
Double him up.
Heat stroke is one of the leading causes of non-crash, vehicle-related fatalities among children. Vehicle heat stroke occurs when a child is left in a hot vehicle, allowing for the child's temperature to rise in a quick and deadly manner. In today's fast-paced world and with our busy schedules, we often tell ourselves that we would never leave our child in the back seat of the car, yet it can still happen. Take action if you notice a child alone in a car. Protecting children is everyone's business. Even in cooler temperatures, your vehicle can heat up to dangerous temperatures very quickly. Keep your vehicle locked and keep your keys out of reach. Make it a habit to look before you lock and avoid putting children at risk of heat stroke. Help us prevent hot car deaths in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. Stop, look, lock. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands Department of Public Safety.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You're watching the Channel 2 News on July 23rd from our studio on Capitol Hill. Governor Palacios collapsed this morning and was rushed to the hospital. Lieutenant Governor David Apatang has assumed the role of acting governor after the medical incident on Capitol Hill. We are told Governor Arnold Palacios was transported to CHCC this morning at around 10:30 a.m. after collapsing at his office on Capitol Hill. Outside the Commonwealth Hospital, government officials huddled in the parking area awaiting further information. Inside, Governor Palacios was being evaluated by a team of doctors, including a cardiologist, and we are told family members were with him. Acting Governor Apatang said they were still gathering information and hesitated to make any public comments. In a statement released this afternoon, the Office of the Governor says the family appreciates the prayers and well wishes and also asks for privacy and space. There was talk this morning of the governor heading to Korea for additional medical care, but as of now, he will get treatment closer to home. He has been transported to Guam via a military helicopter for additional specialized care. This afternoon, Governor Palacios was said to be in stable condition and good spirits. We will, of course, continue to update this story and will send our thoughts and prayers towards a speedy recovery. Next, wet and windy weather as a weather system approaches the Marianas. Our Chris Nelson has the latest from the National Weather Service.
It's not a typhoon, at least not yet, but it is bringing plenty of rain and wind. The system known as Invest 98W slowly approaching the Mariana Islands, and the National Weather Service says you can expect a soggy weekend ahead.
Definitely, we are watching this tropical disturbance invest area 98W as it makes its approach to Guam and the CNMI. It'll be coming closer to us, but the showers are already coming over the islands. We're seeing gusty winds upwards of 15 to 20 miles per hour at the Saipan airport and wind gusts up to 25 to 30 miles per hour. We're going to see those conditions continue through the afternoon and the overnight hours, with winds steadily increasing as 98W approaches.
Forecasters are closely monitoring the system's track and development. While it's still too early to tell whether it will organize into a stronger storm, the wet and windy weather could linger for several days.
What remains uncertain is, when will 98W start to organize? When will it develop? When will it intensify? And how much? Those are the big question marks we have with this tropical disturbance. So we're focusing on those impacts. Have those tents, canopies, tarps, loose items outside. Have those secured. Anything that's vulnerable to the stronger wind gusts that we're going to be seeing the next couple of days. But stay tuned, because as these tropical disturbance situations, they evolve and they can change rapidly in very short times.
As always in the tropics, conditions can change quickly, and that's why the National Weather Service is urging the public to stay alert.
In the worst case scenario, we could be dealing with a developing tropical depression, maybe even a tropical storm in the worst case, pushing through the CNMI. But on the lower end, a lot of wet, windy weather for the weekend.
Okay. Do we expect that it could affect air travel, commercial air travel, or not at this point? What do you think?
That's going to be a situation that we're going to have to watch closely. I just got off the phone with United Airlines here on Guam, and so they're tracking the wind speeds, projected wind forecasts and directions. They're, of course, focused on the wind speeds, but also any crosswinds at the airport complex.
For now, travelers should keep an eye on flight schedules, and those in low-lying areas should prepare for possible flooding. The forecast may shift, so stay tuned to official updates. And remember, even if the system doesn't become a named storm, it can still bring some serious impacts. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
The Marianas welcomed just under 8,000 visitors in June. That's a 60% drop compared to a year ago.
Before the pandemic, China made up nearly half of all visitors to the Marianas. In June 2025, less than 100 visited. So far this fiscal year, total arrivals are down 30%, a concerning trend for one of the region's most important industries. The biggest hit came from South Korea, which remains the top source of visitors, but even with that title, Korean arrivals down 66%, with only 4,793 visitors in June, compared to nearly 14,000 last year. That's in large part due to a massive cut in flights. Number of flights from Korea dropped from 98 to just 39 this June. T-Way Air paused service for almost a month. Jeju Air halved its daily schedule, and Asiana Airlines exited the market entirely after merging with Korean Air. Airlines say they continue to struggle with high operating costs, a strong U.S. dollar against the Korean won, and regulatory pressure following a deadly crash in Korea last year. The Japan market stayed relatively flat, just 519 visitors. That's slightly below last year's total. United Airlines continues to operate 3 weekly flights from Narita, and a more favorable schedule is expected this November. China market all but collapsed. Only 94 visitors came in June. That's a 95% drop from last year. The sharp fall was triggered by the suspension of EVS TAP, a visa waiver program for Chinese nationals. U.S. CBP only resumed processing applications last week. Now recovery will depend on airlines like Hong Kong Airlines, which is planning to resume flights later this year. Other arrivals last month included 990 from Guam, just over 1,000 from the U.S. mainland, and 450 from other markets.
Negotiations for the extension of a Saipan hotel lease have broken down, and a hotel and its surrounding property located just south of World Resort will remain vacant, at least for now.
'Cause 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 'c
Secretary of Department of Public Lands, Sixto Igsomar, shares that Tan Holdings decided not to renew their lease, which expired on June 15.
There was COVID, there was no tourists, so the owner of the hotel, the lessee, trying to find ways to partner up with the government and whatever relationships they created, they used it as a facility of some sort to help support the CNMI counter the COVID that was in our community. And so that transpired. Then, of course, thereafter, whatever that partnership ended, and then we still had tourist issues, so they were negotiating back and forth with the CNMI whether they should continue the relationship with public lands, but it never materialized.
Igisomar says DPL is taking security measures by stationing staff on property 24 hours a day to prevent any damages.
Now public land is doing its best to maintain the property and to make sure it's secured, that there's no vandalism. And I guess for the people of the CNMI, I just hope that they understand that all public land properties are government properties, and these buildings or properties or assets, they belong to the NMDs, the assets of the NMDs that we're managing and overseeing for them. And I ask the community to please do not vandalize.
He says collaborating with the Department of Lands and Natural Resources to maintain and keep the value of the property for future investors is in the works.
We are working on RFPs, announcements, evaluating the contents to make sure that when we release a request for proposals or going further on whatever business activities with Kanoa will be ready. At the moment, we're not ready yet. So hopefully, again, with Kanoa, I was hoping that I cleared that thing out by the end of last month, but there were a lot of other things, again, we're trying to secure. So hopefully for Kanoa by the end of this month, hopefully, if not the end of this month, mid-August.
Coming up, legislature is queuing up a bill for automobile dealers. And we welcome you to Saipan. Why are you here? What are you going to do? More news next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
The king is back like prodigal. I've been gone. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind, big time.
Welcome to Marianas Beach Resort, and now welcome to Marianas Coffee. Indulge in the rich, smooth taste of classic coffee, or treat yourself to one of our signature creations with the best coffee roasted right here in Saipan. Craving something fun? Try our cracking marshmallow milkshake, or one of our refreshing milk teas. Stay cool with locally grown lemongrass lemonade, the perfect tropical twist. Pair your drink with our delicious cakes, desserts, sandwiches, and salads freshly made just for you. And with super fast Wi-Fi, it's the perfect place to work or unwind. Marianas Coffee at Marianas Beach Resort, where great coffee meets great style.
Welcome back. You're watching the Wednesday night edition of the Channel 2 News. Lawmakers have passed a bill that would amend the Saipan zoning law to give automobile dealerships more leeway in repairing and servicing vehicles. The Saipan and Northern Island Legislative Delegation, SNILD, passed 4 House local bills yesterday afternoon. Chairman J.P. Sablan on House Local Bill 24-18 to appropriate revenues collected for the 3rd Senatorial District.
One of them is in the tune of 75,000 that was available, and the delegation had dedicated those funds for the upcoming APIO General Assembly, which we, the government of the Sinamay, will be hosting later this year by October.
Previously $300,000, the remaining funds balance from the 3rd Senatorial District Developers Infrastructure Tax Fund for House Local Bill 24-19.
Reappropriations, the funding of $260,670 was appropriated for a road project within Precinct 1.
During the session, Marissa Flores stated that the language has been rectified for House Local Bill 24-15.
The other appropriation was to address the vetoed appropriation from the administration. And what that appropriation did was address the concerns of the administration under the governor's veto message.
House Local Bill 24-11 sets out to amend the Saipan zoning law of 2013. Standing Committee Report 24-1 sets out to amend the Saipan zoning law to define automobile sales and service and to establish a screening requirement for automobile sales and service businesses that are adjacent to certain zoning districts.
So what the bill does that we just passed pertaining to automobiles is to allow in our zoning laws for dealership, wherever they are at in the zoning districts, that they should be allowed to not only sell automobiles, but service them, repair them, body and paint, and do some tinting glass work on that.
All 17 members in attendance of this SNILD session voted yes on the 3 appropriations and 1 House local bill to amend a zoning law. The 4 House local bills are sent to the governor's office for consideration to be signed into law. This week, the wet and rainy weather will surely give some visitors the tropical blues. But we all know you can still have fun in the rain, and the ocean water is always warm. Welcome to Saipan. At Saipan International Airport, and everywhere in the world, travelers sometimes come and go for somber occasions. Ria Rangel is a returning resident, and her trip to Guam was one of them.
I was visiting a relative who passed away recently.
She says she travels to Guam once a year, and when she's away, it's not what she misses, but who.
I'd say like the loved ones, like especially my mom, and especially like my partner, because I'm from a long distance.
Aside from family, she finds value in the island life.
Compared to Guam and Saipan, I think Saipan feels more like an island or is like home. Guam more feels like the States in a way. Like it doesn't feel as much as an island, like at times. And sometimes it's a little chaotic. Like this morning when I came here to fly, I heard like sirens already.
No sirens here, at least not today, but Jesusa Roberto Denaiso is greeted with a lei.
My second time, but it's been a while, maybe 10 years after.
It's hard to tell how things have changed just by stepping through the double doors.
Well, we just arrived. Maybe just the weather, look at itself, it's pretty much good.
She's visiting for 4 days, and this is what she plans to do while she's here.
It's me and my husband. We came with a group from Guam, Mercedarian MMB lady. Yes, we're here for a workshop with the Mercedarian sister, Madurana.
Guam celebrates Liberation Day on July 21st. Mayor Ramon Camacho took part in the parade.
You know, since we have this established a group of mayors, the AMIM, so we always, work together, support each other. So what our liberation, the 4th of July, they came down here to Saipan and joined us the liberation. So we have to, work together.
He says there's no comparison to how we celebrate Liberation Day in the CNMI.
In Guam's liberation is okay, but nothing's better than us. Okay? We did an awesome job here on the 4th of July.
To those who hold loved ones near and dear, those back for the first time in a long time, and those who are proud of where they're from, welcome back, welcome home, welcome to Saipan. Coming up in sports, rain, rain, go away. The golfers want to come out to play. Stay tuned.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home to where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans! The 23rd annual Hand Me Charity Golf Tournament may have to hit the brakes this weekend as wet and windy weather threatens to wash out the event.
Forecasters and golfers keeping a close eye on Invest 98W, a developing tropical system in the western Pacific that could bring heavy rain and gusty winds to the Marianas. The Hanmi Golf Tournament, one of the Hotel Association's biggest annual fundraisers, is scheduled for Saturday at Lau Lau Bay Golf and Resort on the West Course. Organizers say they're monitoring the forecast closely and may have to make a last-minute call depending on the severity of the weather. National Weather Service says confidence is increasing that the region will see impacts, but exactly how strong and how soon remains uncertain. If you were a tournament organizer on Wednesday morning, would you plan on having that golf tournament?
I would be looking at a plan B for any outdoor activities this weekend. I have a plan B ready to go and start communicating that and have a secondary date.
And just prior to the newscast, we have received word that the tournament has indeed been postponed until August 9th. That is the plan B, at least for now.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, cloudy with numerous locally heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms. Chance of showers 60%. East winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, lows around 78. Tomorrow will be breezy, cloudy with numerous locally heavy showers and isolated thunderstorms. Chance of showers 60%, becoming 70% Thursday night. Northwest to north winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, highs around 85, lows around 76. A flood watch until Sunday, July 27th. High tide at 8:07 p.m. tonight, a dip in tide at 1 a.m. and back to high tide at 5:49 a.m. tomorrow morning. Low tide at 1:31 p.m. The sun sets at 6:50 p.m. tonight and rises again tomorrow morning at 5:57 a.m. Well, that's news, sports, and weather. Thank you for joining us, Sinamai. Please stay safe.